What's good, man? It's OG Drip, man. This channel we talk about spiritual truth and how to utilize energy on a day-to-day basis, man. And y'all check this out, man. Today, as y'all see, man, we're gonna be talking about some deep comparisons on the things that we actually see in life. Cause I know a lot of people be like, dang, I swear this stuff be coming out of a movie. We all know that, y'all. Cause at the end of the day, y'all gotta think like this. The things that control the world is just humans. It's no supernatural being, there's no none of that extra stuff. It's straight humans. And you can start seeing it when you actually pay attention. Now you got to remember this too, because I'm gonna do a video about the education system. But at the end of the day, we all go to the same schools. Now I'm not saying you go to the same exact school, but you all go through schools where y'all all is coming through a system of where you have to learn this manuscript in order for you to pass this grade. You get what I'm saying? So it brings us to a point of when we try to create things, like you just say, skipping into the future. When you try to create things like scientists, it be little small flaws into the creation. Now, what happens throughout time is, as time go by, it be younger people being, rebirth or however y'all want to look at it. Some people might not believe in that, but just saying. Some people be born and they start taking it very serious to the point that they be further, more of a scientist than the one that was ahead of them. So they start seeing the gaps or the loopholes by taking their flaws or their hypotheses. Because one thing about it is they all jot down this information. So when it's coming from one to the other, it's almost like they reach out for a prior help. Now let me give y'all an example real quick. Now the movie I Robot, we know right now with Elon Musk releasing those robots and stuff like that, we all know that it's a copy of basically I Robot. The ideal, even him as a kid, would be, say if this movie was around there, it would just be him to try to make the movie based off of what it looked like, to try to make it as closest to the movie as it could get. Now the thing about the movie is, to people, they don't realize this is what they're trying to turn the world into. So when they're reaching out and they're throwing things out there, and like right now, right, the robots didn't work correctly. But the thing is, when they're throwing them out, they're asking for help. So like the people that's coming through schools, coming through colleges now, would be the ones that end up being the next Elon Musk. You get what I'm saying? The being the one that asks what was making it fail, what was making the AI not respond the way that it's supposed to, what was making it, have the malfunctions that it's having. So when we start looking at these things, y'all, it go a lot deeper than that, because you have to start paying attention to the names of things. Even iRobot, that letting you know it's I as being the person or the representative of what's being talked about. So if you say I am robot, this is what they're trying to turn everyone to. You get what I'm saying? To through a world of being like based off the tech. So if you guys ever seen movies where you basically have to put your wrist up to get scanned, to get into doors and stuff like that, yes, they have small portions of those on a rise, but at the same time, it's all about acceptance. Now in 2012, basically they released Alexa. You get what I'm saying? And when people accepted things like this is letting them know, okay, we got the grounds of coming up with a university or some type of schooling based off of this type of technology. So now if you was going to technology school about anything else before AI came out, now it's based off of AI. Can you make something that's artificial intelligence? Can you make something that where we don't necessarily as humans have to help or control it, and that it can learn on its own? So that's more of how everyone is trying to get to. Now, the thing about it, y'all, when it comes to learning and when it comes to this certain process, it's a way that they go about it. If you even look at the names, because I know a lot of people be wondering, like, why do they use those names? Even from the Nicole Tesla, being an American engineer and a futurist. When you look at things like that and you think of, like, yo, why would they accept the name Tesla? And why is they pushing for that name? It started getting deep. You know what I'm saying? So boom, even the name of it itself is Optimus Maximus. So if you guys ever look, they got a temple right here, Temple of Jupiter. So it's breaking out a whole Roman god because they're trying to make the whole world like a new Rome. So you have the old Rome's with the pyramids and the big old blocks and stuff, how people like to look at it. But then you're gonna have the new Rome, which is like one building, like these places look, everything look like it's damn near metal. You know what I'm saying? From the lands before looking almost like nature, now the land's looking like more like metal, futuristic, and the things that they be trying to show us on these movies. So then, if you go into it, Roman god Jupiter, you see what I'm saying? Artemis Maximus was the Roman god of the sky and thunder. So it's the same thing they do with the Zeus thing, same thing they do with the Jesus thing. But this is coming from a different point of how they're trying to make it like, boom, this is the superior of what we're gonna call it, and bring it back of saying, hey, this is where we're gonna start getting our information from. So if you always look, it's always like they're aiming to make AI smarter than humans or make it like we have to come to them. But it's, at the end of the day, it's always humans that's controlling those AI programs and controlling how they work. We all go to school for it. That person that was just sitting next to you in class end up being one of these professors and stuff like that. You can't be like, yo, what did they learn differently? They didn't. They learned the same manuscript that they was taught. They just learned differently loop systems through it. So instead of them focusing on their own life path, they was able to jump and get involved and get used for a psyop or a puppet inside of these things. So Elon Musk would be one of those puppet people that I'm saying. But then the next person out of that, and the next person out of that. Now look, now this is what make it funny. Now if we was to put in the word Jupiter, and then we put it in astrology, look what words pop up. The same words. Look, OTIMISM. Now if you go look at the name of this, same thing. Now you go look at the name of Elon Musk robot. Let's see. You know what I mean? Elon Musk Tesla robot, and you're gonna see the same names popping up. Optimus bots. You see what I'm saying? So now y'all like, oh damn, yes, it's the same thing. So now when you're putting it all together, you see how I say the temple. A lot of times the temple means the mind to these people. The mind is where you go inside of your temple. This is you going into the dark. You going into so when it's meditation and stuff like that, this is what it means to have a holy temple. So it get deep, y'all, because y'all got to pay attention to these little ways they be throwing things out. Because then you will start really catching on. Jupiter influences help. You get what I'm saying? Jupiter influences help people see the bigger picture and believe in the potential for positive outcomes. Now tell me that don't sound like they're like, hey, yo, AI is going to be able to help you do this better. AI is going to be able to do this better than you. It's going to be able to do this, this, and that. And it's always making it like it's going to have a positive outcome. When therefore we can see something negative from the very beginning. So now a lot of people don't understand as well. Like when they come with the number 13, this be representing the Jupiter energy as well. So sometimes they be trying to make it seem like, boom, this is gonna be the sun going into each house. So you'll see it being represented just like this. Jupiter take 12 years to go around the sun. So you'll see it being about 12 to 13 months in each zodiac. So the way they play that out, like the 144 and stuff like that, they'll make it look like um this is how we can save ourselves from AI attack or something like that, but yet they're building it towards that it can't be attacked or affected amongst these things. Because they're gonna be like, what if we trying to bring your little AI to the water and it get drowned in the water? What about that? What about this? What about that? You know what I'm saying? So they're trying to fix it around the way. By time they get the actual where is that again? By the time they get the actual 2035, like which is where the movie actually take place, they're trying to get it to that. You get what I'm saying? A lot of times it fails because the system and the things that they try to put at play. But they're not going to tell you it failed because they don't look at it like it's that. They don't look at it like it's time. They look at it like they got all day, to perform things like this and try to get it done. So when we started to understand these things, man, y'all, like I said, y'all, it's no way you avoiding that. There's no way y'all like, no, they ain't got nothing to do with each other. But then you got a robo van, a robo taxi, and a humanoid robot. But therefore, we see a flaw in all three of these things out the gate. A robo van, what if a kid run mysteriously out and the van already going a couple miles per hour? Yeah, they'll say the same thing to be like, oh yeah, humans do that anyway. But humans also have a natural mind and a natural thoughts before they was actually infiltrated and taken over by having thoughts and stuff like this that don't even supposed to be realistic. But these people make it to the point that they'll try to make people believe in anything. So when we seeing them bring something that look like it's too good to be true, they'll eventually try to create something close to it. You get what I'm saying? They're trying to stretch out all possibilities, but the way that they're doing it is physicalizing and using it against other people will when we all supposed to have a free will from the beginning. Let's mind y'all that. Keep that in mind. But when it come down to this, y'all, I just want to show y'all this. It don't take me to report to be like to say the simple things like this don't look safe. What about if this happened? What if that happened? Y'all, we could clearly see it. And not only that, you got all this stuff going on to to the point of you if somebody wanted to use these things as assassination, which we all should be voting for that to get taken away anyway. Because if somebody wanted to assassinate somebody or something like that, they might start using these robots. They might use the car. They might use the car and the robot put together in order to get these things done. Hell, they might even have a robot do it while they at home, but they're actually controlling the robot, which is what we seen Elon Musk do for his show because we know the robots wasn't ready in time. As y'all can see how a lot of people started releasing stuff like that. But it's just in general. I know though the radio was moving was not the sync that they wanted. So the way that these people do things is they know how to hide and manipulate things to make it look a little better than what it is. So they try to make it look like it's something positive about it. So that's why they have a whole education system that I got to go in on because they're putting kids in risk of stuff as well, y'all. And I'm not gonna talk too much on it right now, but just know that it's not normal. You know what I'm saying? It's not what you growed up with probably if you was born in the 90s, 80s, 70s, and so forth. They're doing things in a way, and they know that it's destructive when it comes from the inside. And one thing about it, if your inside is destroyed, y'all, it is very hard, and it literally is impossible to have the outside not see it. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna come to the light, and that's what it means because you got your darkness, all the things, all the wickedness that's on your mind, and all these type of things that's gonna come to light. Whether you do something dumb to show it, or whether people just peek you out before you even get to make it happen. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, y'all, I had to just touch on this real quick and touch on the deep version of it. But at the end of the day, man, it ain't none of this stuff to feel from. This why you should have your own, you know what I'm saying, your own mind intact, get your stuff together, worry about them type of ways. Don't even really worry about what's going on in this country's world until everyone is on a certain ship or on a certain level to where they could use their power, which is not, and not this is a strong thing. I don't believe in war. So when it comes out of me saying use your power, it's not talking about somebody standing outside the office like an angry mob and stuff like that. That's old days. Nobody don't do that stuff no more. All it takes now is just a figure of speech. A whole bunch of people saying, "Hey, this is what we want to do," and actually taking a stand to that. And that's how what it is. And it always have been like that. They just starting to hide it more. You know what I'm saying? Anytime teachers, anytime they wanted to do things to get a school board to throw out something and all that, they have always been done, which we're gonna go into some more on my other video as well. But anyways, man, that's all y'all I'm gonna talk about on this. And man, comment down below. Also, the other ideas y'all think that they'll use, but I know how this junk is, man. It's like when we got up here and we really talked about this, we'll never be done because we all seen it. They showed us a whole movie on what could go wrong and be like, hey, look, do y'all want to actually live that life? But without us knowing, we started accepting small things, which is the actual psyop of what's coming in the future. It'd be like, okay, they like that Alexa. What if we gave a robot Alexa, put this part on it? Oh, they like the Rose toy. What if we took the Rose toy and put it? That's what I'm saying, y'all. I could go on all day of how they could create these robots in the future to make people that lack self-esteem, which is what they're doing to the whole world anyway, making them gender wars. So people competing amongst each other that really shouldn't be together and uplifting each other from the inside. They're making them tear each other down on the inside. So that little help you're supposed to have for interacting with others is like that is over there burnt or either raggedy too. So it's like you always walking on thin ice or always walking on stone bridges when you're dealing with other people. So when you're going from your world to other worlds, it's like those worlds is not as stable. It's like Saturn is gone. But anyways, man, that's all I want to talk about. And stability do come from you having these charts being aligned, having them. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't understand what that means. Every level might be different for other people. You get what I'm saying? So you might have to have a way higher crown chart and be into that more than your root because you might have started from a family that's based off of root chakra and it's a couple curses they develop. But anyways, man, I'm out on that, y'all. OG Drill.